Welcome back, Wolfpack Brawlers here, and we have some more Fan Fridays action going on. This time, looking a bit interesting with the Cinccino, supported by an Aegislash, or the Aegislash supporting the Cinccino. So we'll see which one that is. I like the idea behind this one because there's a lot of Rock Blast. That could really help a Swords Dance setup with a high chance to flinch and some ridiculous damage. And of all things it's going up against, it's going to be going up against this Sharp Kangaskhan. That's some brutal things. Of course it's the Mega Kangaskhan, so we're looking at a really standard kind of team from the opponent. Can we get a reliable shutdown with the way this comes out? So Aegislash going to go for the King's Shield. Was this anticipated by the opponent? Cinccino going to go for a straight up tail slap right onto Kangaskhan. Looks like Kangaskhan might have just had a return in mind. Going to go for some raw damage on the Cinccino, try and knock it out. 5 hits from the Cinccino is going to drop Kangaskhan below half. Kangaskhan's going to flinch, Bisharp's going to knock off, and the opponent read that King's Shield. Free chance to set up was missed by the Aegislash, but yeah, you can't take those risks, especially when Bisharp could have knocked off Aegislash instead. And that's going to be Kangaskhan throwing out the Sucker Punch. This time that's going to connect with the Aegislash, but Shield Form with the weakness policy going to come through, but it's probably going to have some finish from that Bisharp. So Bisharp double no, I was about to say, did Bisharp go for the double Sucker Punch? That would be brutal. But Aegislash going to change into the Flash Cannon. So no physical on this Aegislash, just went for the attack, and that's going to be still pretty strong because of the setup from that weakness policy and the survival because of that form. So Mungus going to use Rage Powder, going to try to keep Aegislash as safe as possible with this, and Talonflame going to throw out the Brave Bird. So Mungus going to have to be a sacrifice in this situation. Yeah, Brave Bird going to knock out the Amoonguss just like that, but that means we have some Sucker Punch threat for sure. And Bisharp, or knockoff, Bisharp's just going to take that outspeed and knock off on the Aegislash, so Aegislash doesn't get to Shadow Ball the Talonflame. Now we don't have too much left. It's Cinccino with just 13 hit points and the Hitmontop. Now we know Hitmontop can be a great guard Pokemon. I think that is where the power is going to lie right here. So Hitmontop's going to come in and intimidate. That's going to make Bisharp have a bit of an advantage with that attack boost. Bisharp's going to protect though, doesn't want to eat a close combat from the Hitmontop, and Hitmontop had different plans in mind, going to use Quick Guard. That's protecting against Sucker Punch, that's protecting against what could have been a Brave Bird, but the opponent is going to take this as a very safe turn, and Cinccino is going to respond with a Rock Blast. I think the opponent knew that the Quick Guard threat was pretty real, so probably just threw out the Tailwind, like at least I'm getting something out of it, was the idea behind the opponent. So Talonflame's down, now it's Sylveon. Sylveon going to have the advantage against the Hitmontop. Hitmontop though, going to convert it up with the Wide Guard. That's going to be Bisharp knocking off onto the Hitmontop. I guess not expecting the Wide Guard, just understanding that, well, if I get some damage onto the Hitmontop, Sylveon's definitely going to be able to finish off Cinccino and the other Pokemon. So Cinccino still going to be faster than the Sylveon, even with that Tailwind up, going to throw out the Tail Slaps. That's going to hit a lot, do some serious damage to Sylveon. Sylveon doesn't flinch, but the Wide Guard going to come through in the end. Bisharp going to Sucker Punch. That's it. That's headed for Hitmontop as well. Not very effective. Cinccino going to take the risk, go for that Tail Slap. And this is just turning it around on the opponent right here. And now, Bisharp again in a really tough situation because Quick Guard shuts down that Sucker Punch. But in the end, all it takes is a close combat, dropping it down to the Focus Sash. So Bisharp looks like he wanted to go for the raw damage, like an Iron Head onto Hitmontop to make sure the threat was gone, or just going for that Protect next turn as well. So Bisharp protecting itself, Cinccino going to knock off, and Hitmontop with a close combat. So it's pretty much over. Tailwind peters out. Bisharp throws out the Sucker Punch onto the Cinccino, going to at least take one Pokemon down with it. And then that's just going to be Hitmontop with the close combat. So this battle was salvaged pretty hard. Like that Quick Guard, the opponent didn't really have too much to respond to that. If it was Sucker Punch getting eaten up for free, and overall, you know, didn't want to focus on the Cinccino too much because then Hitmontop runs away with close combat. So the opponent had a different idea of what Brett was going to do for a threat, and Brett already had the plan in mind for the maximum disruption. Cinccino came in and just picked off so many Pokemon with that skill link, with all that support. I mean, the Rage Powder with the Quick Guard, and then Aegislash. Aegislash didn't protect on that first turn. It could have been even more of an efficient battle. So overall, crazy stuff. I did like the battle a lot. Good job, Brett. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we have some more Fan Fridays for the rest of the week.